All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream. Right? Oh wow, it's Alexander. Welcome, mate. Just a fun fact: Alexander was from the live stream from Get Stuck In. Right? There
Nice,
he's
nice.
yeah. He's joining in. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. You're talking about local football, and welcome to a new show. Right? Today we're gonna do an express show, and I don't know why we don't really have a name for it. Right? It's gonna be called what do we call it? Express Weekly Roundup Show,
We'll
live
work on
show.
it.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it. I'm so sorry, guys, that we were late. We were late because I rushed over from Bishan Stadium. I just caught. I think that was the game of the week thus far in the four games that happened.
The highest scoring and probably the most exciting, I would say.
Yeah, the most exciting indeed, right? And before we move on, how is everyone doing today? Just spam in the chat, right? How do you find the first week of SPL? Was it a good weekend of football? Was it a bit underwhelming? Was it great? And by the way, I just need to find out if you guys are live on this stream, just let me know if my mic is clipping because there's been some issues with my mic in the previous stream. I also hope you can assist us there. If it's good, just say good. If it's not, just let us know. Welcome everyone to the stream. And yeah, today we're just going to talk. This stream is not going to be too long. We'll keep it like 30 to 45 minutes. I think that's the aim. We'll try and do like an open discussion for all. Maybe we can come on the show for if people are interested. If not, we'll just keep it open ended. If you have any questions, I think you can just put it in the chat. Right. And yeah, let's Josh, how do you find today's this week's past game? I have to settle something first offline, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, first game of the season, players are just feeling their way in after preseason and whatnot. So, I mean, even whichever league you watch, the first game, even the biggest teams, there may be a little bit of upsets here and there.
Yep.
I think we did see some, maybe not really that extreme this weekend, but we can see a couple of draws and teams just trying to get there. And I think what's most important about the first game is always the result. So like an example we'll talk about is LCS. They didn't have the best game, but in the end they got over the line with the result, and Hougang as well today.
Yes. It's sometimes like, especially early season jitters is very crucial, like to get over the hump, right? And what you say, as long as you can get the most points as possible, even if your team is not really in the full gear, full rhythm of things, I think that's the best case scenario. Like what you said, right? Sailors and Hougang United just recently, like what, 5 minutes ago. And I just gotta say that I think the four games that it was a really good. I had all blends of everything, right? I think Albrecht showed that why they are champions, right? And then it's also Sailors showing that they are trying to recoup back from a pretty disappointing season last year. And then you've got Hougang showing they are a bit more defensive prowess, and Balestier as well. Full credit, Balestier played a really good game. And by the way, I also bought the two jerseys just now. It's a spanking. Look at it. Look at this beautiful. Look at the logo. It's so nice. You look really good in real life. Yep. And then also, we talk about Tampines Geylang, which I think that was like the most, I don't know, is it fair to say disappointing game of the week? But it was a best crowd. I think there was a comment here that says the best crowd, right?
Yeah, I think there was very high hopes for that game.
Yep.
But personally, I only watched a bit of the first half. Second half, I watched the Albrecht's game, but I heard it was disappointing.
Yeah. I think it lived up. It didn't live up to the hype because I think Eastern Derby people like, and the last Eastern Derby was a 3-2 win for Tampines with Kyoga scoring a last minute goal. Yeah. All right. So welcome everyone. Let's entertain some people in the chat. So Alexander, welcome, mate. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alexander. Where are you from again? Are you in the US or something? Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. This is a local football content, right? So you can learn more about Singapore local football, right? Maybe next time you ever come down to Singapore, do let us know. We'll entertain you for sure. Thank you so much for tuning in, mate. We've got Marcus, LCS fan, Liverpool fan. Yes, your buddy, right? Liverpool fan. Kodai, right? Kodai seems to be. We'll get to Kodai later, but I think he's got a brace. He's got a brace, right? Kimi, good afternoon, Josh and Brendan. Unfortunate, Kimi is a Tanjung Pagar fan. I think we'll reserve our comments for Tanjung Pagar later, but I don't think they should be really, really disappointed from that performance. Yeah,
played well.
Yeah. And then Ding Heng, thank you so much for tuning. Thank you. I think it's the first time you're tuning. I don't really see your name around. Thanks so much. And yeah, let's see. Ken as well, Riyadh as well. Let's see. All right, Simon as well. Welcome, mate. And then Shairul as well. Okay, so let's move on. This is going to take too long, right? So here is let's see. All right, so here's the thumbnail. Hope you guys like it. Golden Boot. Is this going to be do you think that Kodai can pick Boris this time around?
I mean, it does look like they'll be up there fighting for it. Boris, because they didn't score this weekend. Kodai with 2. But I mean, there'll be dark horses as well, like the likes of Albrechts and DPMM. They do have quite strong attackers. I mean, DPM, the striker, he played in the previous round they were here, right?
Yes.
And he also scored a lot of goals. So, I mean, it's left to be seen if he can recreate that. But I think these two will definitely be up there.
Up there for sure. Up there for sure. But that day when we'll get to that also, I think there's a particular player from Geylang that shut Boris Kopitovic down. We'll get to him. We'll get to him. But yeah, I think that the 4 games were really, really entertaining to start off this season, right? So let's kick on to the first game, right? So let us know what you guys think of the first game, which is Sailors and Tanjung Pagar, right, at Bishan Stadium. It was the first time Bishan football has been played in Bishan Stadium for quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while. And the atmosphere was really good. I think there was like 1,400, 500 people. And for a Friday night game, the kickoff, I think that was a very healthy number of people, right? My thoughts about this game. So it ended on 3-1 for LCS. Tanjung Pagar. I got some notes here. Wait, let me take out my notes. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me take out my notes. And let me share it with Josh so that we are both aligned. You can see. Give me a minute. Again, there's some, it's a new show, so we got to go through some technical difficulties here and there, but I promise you we'll improve in the future. I promise you that. Okay, so let me put the notes down here. All right, so I've got some notes here. Hopefully you can see the notes, yeah? All right, so let me start off by my own notes, right? I think that the man of the match for me easily was Hamish Shaheen. He came off with a kind of like a thigh or,
I think it was calf
injury.
Like
yeah.
calf.
Not really an injury, like a knock, right? And
probably a bit of cramps.
Cramps.
Maybe a strain. Yeah, but hopefully not too serious.
Yep. And I gotta say that Hamish Shaheen was fantastic. What a great player for, I'm surprised that he didn't even feature much last year.
Yeah.
Right? Hamish Shaheen was fantastic. And also the cool fact was that Haris Harun, right, was playing back at midfield. It was great to see Haris Harun back at midfield. I think it's more natural for him, but he's lost a bit of lost a bit of touch or two. Right?
Yeah.
But with a partner like Hamish Shaheen beside him, I think they're looking quite good. They're looking quite good. But then again, I think Haris Harun was a bit lackluster. Maybe trying to get over just how many years he's been playing at the centre back.
Centre back for Sailors,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, other things I have here is Haris Harun back in the midfield. I would say that Kodai Tanaka was pretty deserted throughout the game.
I mean, it was like a Haaland-esque performance. Like you don't really see him, but the last part he was in the right place in the right time to get 2 goals. First half, he did have a few half chances, nothing too much. Second half, I thought the reason why he was a bit deserted is how well Tanjung Pagar played.
Yes, so we can also transition to Tanjung Pagar as well. I think Tanjung Pagar, right? The way they defended, I think they were really, really good. As I said earlier on, right? I think Josh and I we agreed off stream that Tanjung Pagar shouldn't be so disappointed in this loss. I think what they should be disappointed was the foreigners. I think because unfortunately they were both out with injury.
2 got injured.
Yeah, Pedro Diaz and Marin as well.
And those are the new ones. The older ones, Sugic and Blake. I mean, we know what they're about. We've seen them play last season.
Yes.
So that was, I would say, disappointing. But I think overall, I mean, we are talking also, their defenders were really good. I thought Nakuddin was great. Faisal Rostan had a good game. Tajali had a pretty good game. Shaheen scored a goal.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, I don't think too much be disappointed. Based on the second half, I think they deserve a draw.
Yes, absolutely right. I think second half they were really, really. I think Sailors was pretty disappointing in the second half. Right, the first half they were dominant, but they just couldn't kill the game. Which I'm going to get to that point. Right, killing the game. Today's Hougang and Balestier was also like partly to Hougang's game. They should have killed the game early on, but that's for later. Right, I got here. Okay, so Kodai, when he comes, I think when it's like a spark, right? When he gets it going, it was like a floodgates open.
Yeah, I mean the coach also said he was only at 50%. I think someone said in the chat as well.
Simon.
So I think a lot more to come from Kodai for sure.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry, Simon. I'm supposed to meet you at the Tampines game, but I was so busy. I will definitely meet you in a live game. I do apologize on live stream. I want to apologize for that. And if you are in live stream, if you see us, Josh, myself, or just come out and say hi. We are more than friendly to talk about the game, talk about catch up and whatnot. Yeah. All right. So another thing is, I think overall Diego Lopez was pretty poor. Early season jitters. I put that down, but I don't know, maybe more to come in the future. And it's good because for him, you got Lestian, you got Kodai, you got Shawa coming back as well. I think, sometimes Lopez can have kind of like off game.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't really that visible, but I think he does have that quality and that spark, which it was quite surprising to see Abdul Razak come on for him.
Yep.
And it was almost like when he came on, LCS was playing with 10 men.
Yeah,
because he conceded the penalty.
Yes.
And then there was one counter attack at the last stage. It was like 5-on-2 or 4v2, and then he just played the ball way too early. And
was it Hafiz? No, him. He played the ball, right? Yeah.
So I mean, he he had jitters as well. Like first competitive game with LCS.
Yeah, most definitely. I think there's
just needs a bit more composure.
Yep, I think he's still young, so I think you can grow on that, right? I think Simon has a very good question. Let's address his question. How do you find about the Bill Lionel combo? Honestly speaking, I'm not really a big fan of Lionel. I'm so sorry, Lionel. I know you're trying to push for a national team space for right, but I think Bill Mabadou is really good. When I first set my eyes on Bill Mabadou, I think that he has a lot of potential. He's got the physique. He's got the. I feel like he has potential, and today I think this season will be a breakout season for him, right? But for the combo wise, I just feel like Lionel is a bit I feel like Bill Mabadou is better than Lionel at this point of time.
Yeah, I think overall quite solid.
Yeah,
look solid most of the game, but when Pedro comes back, it'll be interesting to see who keeps his place next to him.
Yeah, and I think they played like a 4-2-3-1. I think I checked online. So yeah, it was like No Adam and Chris playing at the fullbacks. And then and the two centre backs was Lionel and Bill Mabadou. So I'm very high on Bill Mabadou. I think especially if you're Singapore fans in general, I think we can look up for him in the near future. Yeah, I think even Marcus agrees as well. Bill was solid. Yeah, so thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Simon, for the great question. Lestian, right? I think someone said it. Ding Heng, right? You've said that a hat-trick of assists. That's exactly what Lestian last year had like 20-something assists. It was absolutely
he's just
mental.
Different class.
Yeah, different class indeed. Hafiz Noor, by the way, Hafiz Noor scored the first goal, followed by the Kodai brace. Lestian assisted all 3 goals. You love to see it. Let's see now. And Jonan. Yeah, let's talk about Jonan, right? Jonan Tan also good for his age. When he came on, I think he was pretty solid, right? He's about 16 years old.
I thought when he came on and Nakyudin went off, that's when the game turned into LCS favor.
Yeah.
And then they scored a second and sort of killed it. And even at 2-1, they had a few chances beyond that 3-1 to even score more. So I thought he played really well on that left side of central midfield.
Yeah. So, I think Jonan, I've heard a lot about the Sailors Academy, and I think they've got a bright future to build upon for that. And I think Sailors is a project as well. It's doing really well, right?
Yeah, even in added time, they put on a few other teenagers, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, so now that's about the Sailors. Pretty much all right about the Sailors. I think we've gone through the major talking points. If you guys have any more talking points that you think we missed out, please feel free in the chat and we will address it. Let's move on to Tanjung Pagar, right? My notes, I said that Tanjung Pagar's defense was solid throughout. I think there's a very fair performance for Tanjung Pagar. They shouldn't be so demoralized after this loss against a very strong Sailor squad. I put that the foreigners had barely any impact. Diaz and Marin injuries subbed out too early. And then
Blake was good.
Blake was good. Yeah. And Sugic, I don't know. I'm not really big on Sugic. Yes, he's got the stature. He feels like, to me, he's like this is a very bad comparison, but like a McTominay in my eyes. Like he's just in the midfield,
Not Fellaini.
Yeah, maybe Fellaini. Yeah, Fellaini more like it. Yeah, I just not too high on him. But Blake is really good. I think as a box to box kind of like attacking midfielder, I think Blake is really good. And I think he's been so used to playing the Premier League Singapore Premier League for so long, right? And he's got championship caliber experience with Brunei DPMM, right? So I think very only Blake, which is kind of like a known commodity, right? Okay, so the other things is Sugic missing the penalty.
Well, I mean, he did send the keeper the wrong way.
Yeah, but he skied it in his own. Yeah. Okay, missed penalty. And then apparently VAR checked that they thought that Zafan came off his line and crouched.
I think he just managed to stay on.
Just barely managed, I think. So, it is what it is. Thank God. I think Zafan and the Sailors got away with it. They were lucky. Right? Yeah. And then so Shahrin Sabarin scores for Tanjung Pagar after Shakir Hamza's cross. Shakir Hamza playing centre back, but he managed to go on the flank and got a good cross. Great jump.
Adam, if I remember correctly.
Yes, so I also put that Blake was solid as a box to box kind of attacking midfielder. And the defense, right? I think they were really solid, right? So at the end of the day, I think Tanjung Pagar, the only problem I see is not really problem. I think we just have to look out for their foreigners. What can they provide, especially Marin? I think everyone's looking at Marin to see whether he can score the goals for Tanjung Pagar.
Hopefully his injury is not too serious.
Yeah. So Kimi, just maybe you can put in the chat, like, what do you think of this game? Like, in your opinion, Joshua and I felt collectively that you shouldn't be so disappointed in the performance. I think Tanjung Pagar's defense is actually looking really good for the upcoming season. But I think maybe your offense, attack prowess could be something that can be improved on.
Yeah, I thought the substitute striker had a decent game, the number 9.
Number 9?
Shukia, I think his name is Shukia, something like that.
I think you're right.
And I thought Khairul Amri could have come
out
on
a bit earlier.
Yeah,
he came out at 87 minutes, not much impact, too late. Yeah, I think so Kimi said that Jaguars did well. Thank you for your comment. I'll definitely head down for a Tanjung Pagar game home when you guys are at home. I'll definitely meet up with the Jack Force and with Kimi as well, right? Yeah, so he just said that Marin and Pedro got out injured. Yeah, Sugi should go on a training penalty missing that. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, Shukri is finding his phone. I think that's the track. Okay, so let's move on. Or not, this is gonna be more than 45 minutes. We will definitely come back. If you guys feel like we should expand on a certain point, just write it down. Oh, it's gonna be against Tampines. So yeah, I mean I already said with the Tampines, right? I think the next game, are we gonna talk about Tampines? Let me see. Yeah, I don't. So next game, right? It's Zen. Welcome, Zen. So Zen is part of the Yellow Knights. He came up to me and he introduced himself. Thank you so much, Zen. I really do appreciate it. And let's keep up. Let's keep in touch more. Maybe I can do a content with the Yellow Knights. I think that will be quite interesting. And yeah, you guys were great atmosphere. Great atmosphere at our Tampines hub that day. It's just unlucky that you guys didn't get the win. But yeah, let's talk about this game. I think we froze. Did we freeze? Our camera? Oh dear. Hold on, yeah. All right, wait, hold on, guys. Wait, let me again. Technical difficulties. Sometimes it happens. Can you guys hear us? Yeah. Oh wow, Kichun. Right, nice. Welcome, Kichun. Yes. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me try and fix this on the fly. This hasn't happened in a long time. Let me just assure you that. Right, it's been a while. Let me just try and talk nonsense while I'm trying to fix this out. I think my camera just went dead, lah. Let's see what happened. Did I touch something wrong here? Come on there. Don't fail on me now. All right. So, anyways, audio is fine. Just a visual. Yeah, freeze. It froze, right? The visual. This hasn't happened in quite a while.
Since the World Cup.
Exactly. So it's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, let's just talk about the game, right? While I try and fix this. So it's I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. I'm so sorry, lads. I'm so bummed out that it has happened. Yana, I'm assuming you guys can hear us. Yeah, and then I see some comments that sorry guys. It's been a while. This happened. Sometimes technical difficulties happen. We move on. Okay, sorry, Joshua, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really watch that much of the game. I did watch parts of it, and I also watched the highlights. But based on highlights, I thought Geylang actually had the better chances, it seemed like. And I thought Faiz Ramli's goal was great. Like the composure he showed to cut in and just finish it.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really good.
Bezen scored in like the first minute, right? Damn.
Yeah.
Very early on. Very early. I know I was sitting at the Tampines side and then I kind of stood up like, I wanted to celebrate, but thank God I didn't celebrate or not. I'll probably get judged really badly. Either ways, wait, let's see. I think I fixed the cam. It was great atmosphere all around.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. You just look at it. I think it's glitching out. Is it glitching out? Wait, let me see. There you go. We are back, people. Fantastic. You love to see it. I'm sorry, guys. There was, sometimes technical difficulties happen. We will push through it. Sorry, we've been rambling on in nonsense for like the past 3 minutes. So sorry, guys. Anyways, Eastern Derby, I think that was great atmosphere from the Tampines side, even Geylang side as well. I think both fans came out to support their own respective teams. Yeah. On my notes, right? Okay, this is going to be a hot take, guys, for Tampines fans. I don't know whether you guys will like this, but I think that Kyoga was non-existent in the game. It's not his fault, I feel. I think it's more Gavin trying to transition to more like a defensive midfielder with Shah Shairan in the midfield. And I think you can see that both Shah Shairan and Kyoga had a kind of a pretty lackluster game, considering their caliber, right? The two of them. And then, I think it's just a matter of how can Kyoga kind of get into this new, deeper 6 role compared to his usual 8.
His assist was great, though.
His assist was really good. Again, with to Faiz Ramli. Faiz Ramli with the composure, though. Love to see that. But I think, honestly, Kyoga could have done a better, overall a better game from him. But I think also a bit of fault lies with the tactics and also Shah Shairan. I think Shah Shairan was a bit lost in that game. Let's see what other Tampines point. I think that Glenn Quay also was pretty disappointing in his like Chris Van Heusen role.
It's a new one for him.
Yep.
Very interesting because I think at Young Lands he played more like a right winger or striker. So I mean, it's a lot to learn to transition all the way to like a left back, left wing back.
Yep. I think it'll take a while. But I think people were really expecting him to have a good game yesterday, and I think expectations kind of fell flat on the ground. But it's still it's just the first game for him, so it'll take a time. Excuse me. All right, so Boris Kopitovic, right? Big bad boy Boris Kopitovic. I think he was pretty lackluster overall. You want to read what I wrote in my notes?
Boris found in JP8's pocket.
I just got to be a bit of bias here, right? But I think Joshua Pereira kind of stifled his impact quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think, and I'll get to Joshua in a while, right? And Boris, a pretty disappointing start of the season. Opening game. Right, but I'm sure he'll find his scoring form. He's got too much talent,
power,
too much
much
power,
finishing ability. I think he'll pick it up
in time to come. Yeah, and then also let me Faris Ramli, great debut. I think overall he had really good runs. Just that sometimes the midfield just couldn't get the ball to him. I feel like Shasharan had few opportunities to pass the ball out wide, and it was quite unfortunate. So I think Boris, I don't know whether he was offside, but Boris had a good through ball to Faris, and then Faris had quite a bad touch.
That was he actually just took an extra touch.
Yeah, took an extra touch.
Ran away from him.
Yeah, that's a bit of what to do. Yeah, what to do. Oh, well, we got more people coming to the stream. Thank you very much. Sorry guys, I won't address so much of the comments because I don't want this stream to be too long, right? If there's any, I will go through it later one by one at the end, and then I'll see which ones are like the more important questions to take note of. Yeah, but thank you so much for always tuning in, for always interacting with us. We really do appreciate it. Or not, this stream is going to go on for like 2 hours, which we don't want to. Yeah. By the way, Chelsea and Tottenham is playing right now. We don't know what's the score. And in the Toilet Bowl Stadium, we'll see. All right, so let's go on to the next. So now it's about Geylang, right? Anything else from them? I don't think so. Okay, yeah, we talk about Geylang. Oh, okay. Chat point, right? I got to say that both keepers for Geylang and Tampines played well overall. Right, I think both of them had a very decent game, right? Shazwan and Hafiz. I think both of them had a really good game. And then let's move on to Geylang, right? So Geylang, I think overall pretty lackluster in front. I think they relied too heavily on Vincent Benzakot. Someone in the comments said, and I wholeheartedly agree, I think Yushi Yamaya had a good debut on the wing.
Yeah, he had a big role to play in the goal.
Yes. No, he went from far, right? He looks like he's got the stature. One thing also, who's number 16? The guy that came back, what's his name? Iqbal. Yeah, he looked really good back in the Singapore Premier League, and I think Iqbal and Yamai both have the stature. Though they look really big, and I was pretty impressed with like the wing play. But I think in the middle we were pretty but Geylang was pretty lackluster. No biasness, but Geylang was a bit lackluster. Yeah, number 16. Yeah, that's Iqbal. Right, he's returned back to the Singapore Premier League. He had like a hiatus of sorts, right? Other things I said here was that Amrul Ali and Sakuma partnership was solid. I think Amrul Ali was one of the better players on the pitch for me.
I think that's what you kind of expect from Geylang in the past couple of seasons. They are very solid defensively, and I think in that regard, it's no surprise they managed to stifle Boris. Although just now I said Joshua Pereira was a big part, I think Amrul Ali and Sakuma is also a very, very good partnership, and all of them played a collective role to keep Boris and the front three. Sakuma took number 9, right?
Yeah, pretty strange. Sakuma took the number 9. Yeah. Tezuka still number 4. Joshua Pereira number 8. What else do I have here? Tezuka. I think Tezuka had a poor game for his standards. I think I put here similar to Kyoga. Both of them, maybe it was a tale of two teams struggling in the midfield, right? So I think Tezuka and Kyoga similar. They just couldn't get the engine going for both teams, right? And I think that's just how
probably
it is.
Just finding their feet again as the season starts.
Yeah, first game, yeah. And then I think that's pretty much it for most of my notes here. And last thing, Joshua Pereira, my man Joshua Pereira, El Capitano, maiden captain performance for Geylang. I think he was fantastic yesterday. Second half especially. First half, still controlling, dictating the play, but second half he came in with so many timely challenges in the midfield against Boris. He's a great captain choice for Geylang, and I'm glad that he stayed at Geylang too.
Yeah, I think it's a very, very big season for him.
Yeah.
And an interesting thing, like everyone who was watching on YouTube or Me Watch would have heard the commentary at the start of the game. They were commenting about how he was given the captain's armband.
Yeah.
Then I think one of the commentators said, youngster Joshua Pereira has been given the armband, something like that. And then the other guy was like, youngster? He's like 25 or 26 this year.
Yep.
And feels like he's been around forever. So I think it's a very, very big season for him.
Yeah. this is like the transition for him to be that big time mature player that people are expecting him to be. And I think I mean, personally, I think that he should be better. He's better as a centre back, but he's more of a midfielder. So let's see whether because I'm so used to seeing him the centre back role in the past year. I haven't really seen him back in the centre mid, and I think he did a great job as like a defensive mid, kind of like pulling back, to anchor the back line. Amru Ali has been a perfect signing for Geylang, in my opinion. I think great scenes there. Let's see now. Let's go on to the next game before let's try and end it by 45 minutes. I'm sorry, because sometimes we go overboard. Yeah. All right, next game we have Albrechts versus Young Lions. Okay, I'm sorry. What happened to the strange? Okay, so Albrechts and Young Lions. Let me get the graphics going. I didn't watch this game because it was coincides with the Eastern W, which I was watching live at our Tampines Hub. Joshua actually kind of caught glimpses of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of the second half actually.
Yeah. So we apologize. We can't really give like a full analysis of the game because it's only the two of us. So much we can do, right? But what are your general thoughts about the action that you saw?
I mean, it's basically what you expect from Albrechts. Win by a decent margin and a clean sheet, which is quite rare in the SPL actually. You don't see many clean sheets out there, but Albrechts have got 2 in a row, 2 out of 2.
Yeah.
And then we talked about how last week number 7 Shuto is one of the best players.
Yes, Shuto, number 7, number 6, number 9, number 14. I think those 4 were standouts. Yeah.
And then Tadanari Lee came on and he was like just playing like a wall. Like people just play 1-2s off him. His touch is sublime. He has that quality. And overall, I thought Young Lions did hold on strong for a lot of the game, but I think at the end of the day, you can't. To limit Albrechts to 3, I think is an improvement to last season, perhaps. I think last season they did lose games Albrechts like 5, 6. Was it maybe even 7 now?
Yeah.
But I mean, they did hold a bit stronger in this game. Albrechts just too good.
Too good. That's why they're champions of the Singapore Premier League. And one thing about Albrechts, they're so well trained. And for the life of me, the manager's name is missing. Yoshinaga. Yeah, Yoshinaga. I think he doesn't like these youngsters are trying to prove themselves to. The Japanese players are trying to prove themselves to move on to a better career, maybe. Not better career, that's progress in their career. And I think they don't take their chances for granted. And you can see it from the get-go, they really play fundamental, solid football from the get-go. And I think they are very disciplined.
Hassan Sani was solid. Young Lions had a late chance and he got down low to save it really well.
Fantastic. So I think also a good sign. We did say it in the Shield, right? Like, he's an invaluable asset now for Albrechts. Okay, so we don't really go too much about this game because we do apologize. We did not catch this game. And I think in the future when there's more games going on, Joshua and we'll get some of the friends in the community to help us, give us some pointers so that we can get along with this show. Or not, it's gonna be a bit difficult to follow game by game. Too many games coinciding with one another. All right. So the next game is just the game that happened like 3 hours ago. Let me put on the graphic first. So sorry guys, I do apologize again because I rushed back from the game. Josh had some work to do, right? And we didn't have much time to edit. So I really do apologize. We our graphics are a bit slow and outdated. Should be not so smooth. But let me just put in the All right, so Balestier just played Hougang, all right, and I watched the game live. It was a last-minute affair for me because I wasn't supposed to go for the game, but I had some plans cancelled. But I was like, what, let's go for the game. I wanted to go, and I met Sel. Sel's in the chat. Thank you, Sel. I think you. Wait, is Sel here? Yeah, I think he's here, right? Sel, thanks so much, man. We were sitting together. We got great friends like David from. David and his son Lucas, we've got Riyadh, all these people. Thank you so much for going home and still coming to watch this stream. I really do appreciate it. Josh and I, the goal difference, we do appreciate it. But Hougang fans, I think you guys should be, I would say, pretty lucky and pretty lucky. Yeah,
relieved.
Yeah, relieved because it was a tale of two halves, right? Hougang played really well in the first half. I think they started off really good. Balestier had moments of brilliance. I said that a lot in the vlog, which I'm gonna try and edit and push it out soon. But yeah, I think it took Hougang should have killed the game. So just now I said earlier on the stream, right, that Sailors and Hougang, right, particularly these two teams, if they want to end the season strong, for Sailors maybe a title, for Hougang maybe top 3, they have to kill the game when they have the momentum. I think first half they had a lot of momentum in their way and they just couldn't kill the game and couldn't finish and capitalize on the chance. Yeah, Balestier had a lot of possession. I mean, they were trying to ease into their game in the first half, which they failed. Right, but they had promise. And then when the second half began, it was it was just like a full-fledged Balestier assault against Hougang.
Actually, the first 5 to 10 minutes of the second half, Hougang were really good.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, fair enough.
And then they got the second goal in. After that, it was all Balestier.
Yeah, after the second goal went in, I thought it was comfortable for Hougang already, but I was proven wrong again. Balestier came up and they were really, really good. Koza, their new signing, was fantastic. Overall, I think most of the players played really well, and I got to give credits to Daniel Go. I think Daniel Go was
man of the match.
Man of the match, right? Joshua, what do you say in the stream, in the chat just now, right? You said in the goal, you said that he's ended the season. Now he's finding his form again. I mean, like, not finding his form. He's continued his form from the past season.
I mean, in the Singapore Cup, he was excellent.
Yeah.
And then now he started off the way he's left off. So I thought really, really good performance. His dribbling, his close control, and his pace. His goal was fantastic.
Fantastic. Good first start with the pace, and then he rounded the keeper.
Composure. As well.
Yeah.
A lot of wingers, they have speed, but when they get to that point, they'll just try and find.
Yeah, it's the final. Yeah,
he had the composure to round the keeper and just slot it in.
Yeah,
really good.
And also, I think that I got to say, right, that Hougang, why you guys managed to squeak a victory like that is also kudos to your management and your recruitment team, because what's the Kai's my Japanese knowledge is so bad. I'm so sorry, guys. I always forget the two center backs' names. Kaishu, Sal is here to always drill the names into me, right? But yeah, the two center backs have been really, really good. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm having a stinker of a day. It's Kuriyama and Kazuma, right? Those two center backs. I think if it was Lionel, and no offense to Anders Airplane who's still there, right? I think easily Balestier would have won this game. Considering
potentially, yeah. But they had decent games, but in the end, Hougang still considered to. How their midfield was a bit too open for me in the second half at 2-0. You want a bit more composure, maybe a bit more compactness, but a lot of times it looks like just Zufami is standing there. I think we saw it against Albrecht as well.
Yeah. At the Shield, right? And Sal has came in very good points. Sal and I were talking like non-stop bickering between the two of us. Yes, AJ Rapson is a player to look out for. I really do rate him. I think box to box, he's a good youngster to develop for Hougang. But Zufami was, I won't want to say piss poor, but he was very, very poor today. He looked pedestrian, like just lost in the midfield.
I mean, I don't think he's really a defensive mid.
Yeah.
In the likes of
and he's getting older.
Thomas Partey, Rodri kind of mold.
Yeah.
He's more like a kind of distributor kind of role that.
Actually, who is the best center defensive mid in Singapore football? Anu?
Haris? Not Haris?
Now Haris back in the midfield role, you can actually consider him like a defensive mid. Yeah, maybe Haris, but any other potential center defensive mid that we can look out for? Jared Gallagher in the future? Maybe so. But yeah, why I asked Joshua that question, or even the chat, right, is the fact of the matter is I think defensive mid is where a lot, and maybe Kyoga in the future, because I think Kyoga has the technical ability and he's got hype.
Jacob Mahler
is Blake. Even Kimi said Blake.
Jared Gallagher.
Jared Gallagher. Blake. Possibly Jacob Mahler. Jacob Mahler is now coming back from injury. It's been a long hiatus. I think he's going to be a great addition for the Young Lions. He's El Capitano for Young Lions.
Yeah, it depends if they're going to play him at centre back, like the past few seasons, or maybe back to centre defensive mid where he was.
Simon says JP. Yeah, JP is a good shout. I think JP is a very, very good shout. And maybe JP is the one that we.
He's more like a number 8, no?
Yeah,
right.
Correct.
Not really that centre defensive mid.
Yeah. That's true. And even Confederal just said in the chat, right, it would be a waste if Kyoga plays center Vietnam national team. Yep, it would be an absolute waste, right? Anyways, why I brought up this topic is because I just feel like when teams try to adopt like a 3-5-2 or like a 4-2-3-1, and then when they play a midfielder that is not really known to be a 6 to play kind of like that defensive mid, they struggle. Yeah, it's not their game, right? Naturally. And you know how open the Singapore Premier League games are already. Sometimes, if you're not a natural defensive midfielder, and then you're plugged in the right in the cock in the midfield, I think it would be a bit difficult to adjust.
Something like Liverpool trying to play Henderson there previously.
Yeah, that's a very, very fair.
It may work against the smaller teams when you have a lot of the ball, but without the ball, you may struggle a bit.
Correct. Right. Yeah. And then also, even Sal said just don't play Shah Shariran and DM. He's not. Yeah. He's just some players are just not in that different position, right? Which is why I think Gavin Lee played Kyoga as like the defensive mid, because I think Shah Shariran is not really capable in that aspect.
I mean, it might work as a double pivot.
Maybe
like two of them. Yeah, I do think so.
Maybe.
To your point, AJ Robson, I thought it was good. Krychek was good with the ball. The ball, but without the ball,
off the ball press.
I mean, there was a lot of space in midfield. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And Gable Kwak, I think just now Sal said it earlier on. We said it in the game as well. Gable Kwak and Kiki Krajcek, I think they have this kind of like cohesive what do I call it? Like chemistry that they can build upon. They look really impressive when Gable Kwak come out. And the problem was at the Shield. They deployed more of like Gable Kwak and Kiki Krajcek on one side each.
Yeah.
But I think it's way better, right? If you play both of them on like one as a striker, one as a left midfielder, or vice versa, whichever. I think they have quite a good chemistry to build upon. And Gable Kwak, I think he was impressive in this short substitute cameo appearance for him.
I mean, he got a goal which was offside.
Yep.
And then, had a few good runs here and there. But I think Hougang, I think we talked about it previously, and even when the fans came on, they talked about Hougang lacking a bit of a focal point.
Yep. Yeah, so you see, like himself also said, like, that is not the strongest partnership, right? AJ and Azufami. Yeah, I think just unfortunately now for Hougang, you guys have shot up. I think the most important thing that you shot up the defense, which is good. Now is slowly trying to find that midfield, who is right to play. Maybe even Krajcek in center mid. It will be a bit of a waste to put him there, but to kind of like balance the game, maybe in certain aspects of the game, Krajcek to play in the midfield because he's quite technical.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. All right, so now it's 36 minutes into the stream. This game, anything else from this game? I think that Hougang, they not say they deserve the win. I think overall they should be relieved that they got this victory, but look out for Balestier. I think Balestier is a team to look out for.
Yeah, I think it's a learning point for Hougang as well, because they were like 2-0 up around the 55th, 60th minute, so a bit better in game management maybe in future if they go 1-0, 2-0 up.
Yep.
But Balestier can be heartened by their performance. And their no goal was great. We talked about it.
Yep.
And then it's just unfortunate at the end, their keeper, he could have caught it, he punched it, and then it went to the side, the cross went in.
Yep.
Ikram with the missed kick. And then, I mean, Amy, right place, right time to win the game for Hougang. So, I mean, we talk about first game, it's all about finding a way to win, and Hougang managed to do it.
Yep. So, these few games I don't think for fans, we don't have to panic. I think it's an early indicator. It's not an early indicator of your team for the season. I think it's just teams are just trying to figure out like what is the best case tactics for the managers as well. I think Balestier played a really good game today. They caught me off guard. I think usually they play off the back, and I met Eddie at the game, right? And Eddie also said that Balestier is very impressive. Like they played the ball in deeper in the lines and play from the back, and they managed to get off the lines of Hougang. And Balestier really, really interesting team to look out for. They can be a dark horse. I know everyone's saying like, oh, top 5 is gonna be DPMM, Albirex, Sailors, Hougang, and Tampines, right? But the teams like Geylang, teams like sorry, Young Lions, but just the other 3 other teams can make a run for the money.
I mean, you think about it, Sugita, for me, he was one of Albirex, maybe top 5 players last season when they won the league. So, I mean, what a signing. He had a bad miss in the first half.
Yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Daniel go what a cross that was.
Yes, that was a beautiful cross.
So, Sugita is a great player. Taniguchi and Hoshino, you know what they can do in the past few seasons. They have that quality. And then Daniel Go, if he keeps up this form,
national team coming up. Yeah. For sure, right?
So, I mean, Koza has that European experience as well. So, I think their midfield and attack is looking good. It's just their defense might be a worry. I think they will concede a lot of goals.
Yep, might be a worry indeed. Okay, so that's kind of like the express show for today. I don't know, guys. Should we do a 1 hour show, or should we just keep it to 45 minutes? Okay, you know what? I think Josh and I are a bit flexible, right? Since you guys have been in the stream for this while, right? I'm gonna send the link into the goal difference chat, right, on Telegram. If you guys want to come and talk for a while, we can entertain, and we can just talk a little bit of football. And we just try and keep this 1 hour at most. All right. So the last 20 minutes is going to be like an open discussion. All right. So I'll send the link in the Telegram chat. Feel free to come on. I won't send it on the final whistle because I think there's not too much of let me see. Too much success. Why am I? You see lah. Sorry, guys. Right. What's happening? Sorry. Oh, but I think Josh, you bring your earpiece?
No, I
didn't bring your earpiece. Okay, never mind. I just put my mic, my headphones. I think you can hear them. All right. So, I'll try and again. My computer is screwing up right now. Paste. Okay, so feel free to come on. Right, I send the link in the goal difference chat. Just talk a little bit of football. Let's not keep it too long-winded today. right? And let's see whether I can put the volume up. So yeah, overall, I think let's see, Hougang with the 3 points, Sailors with the 3 points, Eastern Derby. I think Tampines could consider this unlucky not to get the 3 points. All right, so we got Sel and we got Kimi. Let's get the them on. Wow, Kimi,
Hey,
you're
man.
awesome. Yeah. Okay, just
Hold
keep it
on,
quick, guys. Maybe just talk about your team's performance, and then yeah, we'll just entertain some questions, then we'll move on to other talking points. Yeah. Maybe I start with Sel first.
All right. So yes, just now I think me and Brandon, we watched the Balestier and Hougang. So I'll keep it short. Okay, the best player to me today is actually to tell you the truth, right? Not Kiki Krajcek, bosses the midfield a lot. I think he is the one who really, did very well for the game. He had one assist and one goal. They're excellent. I think he did a scissors kick, which now went in. And one of the worst players today, I'm sorry, but actually I think Brian Ferreira is not ready yet to be in the league because he's quite, because we expected him too much because he was if I'm not wrong, he was one of the
He
under
was regarded very
17.
highly. Yeah, he was regarded very highly in the
Yeah.
Indonesian Super League, right? Like in the Indonesian league. Yeah.
No, he played for the FIFA under 17 World Cup actually.
Wow.
So that was during his past, but I think today he looked quite lost, and I think he has yet to gel with the strikers. But I hope he will be like what Pedro was last season. Pedro started out not being that well, but eventually he scored a lot of goals. So yep, hopefully he'll be better. So but then I think the game just now, Hougang should have won 3-4 nil by the 60th minute because we got a lot of chances, but we did not take them well. And the 2 goals were actually coming from counter attacks, which we were playing quite high line, especially the wing backs, and with Kazuma and Naoki Kuriyama, they are left behind, so they had 4 versus 2 a lot of times. So that's how those 2 goals come, and it's like they only had two shots on goals and
They
2 goals. That's it.
converted. Yeah.
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 We had, I think, about 17 shots on target, but we only scored 3 goals. Yeah, counted 4 if it is the offside. Yeah, but hopefully, I think we should play better against Gilang for the next game. Yeah. Yep. So that's all, man.
Hey,
Can
thanks,
you guys
Sal.
hear me?
I just want to say, yeah, I can hear Kimi, but just want to say, Sal, you were beside me, and I could see the whirlwind expressions from you. You were so happy that you guys were up, and then later when you guys consider the first goal, like, oh, is it happening? And then when you consider the second goal, it's like, oh, damn. And then thank God for that relief moment in the third goal. I can see Sal's face.
Yeah, man.
The sound of the hooves, man. Relief, very, very relieved that, but of course, can expect way better from the team. You guys have the caliber to be playing way better, right? All right, so Kimi, you watched the game. I saw in the comments, right? You watched the game in KL, is it?
Yep, from my hotel.
Nice.
Unfortunately,
So
cannot turn up for the match.
I mean, there's ample opportunities, right? But what do you think of your team's performance against the Sailors?
I mean, it's a bummer that Pedro and Marin got off injured early in the match, and it's hard to actually roughly gauge how our performance will be like, considering that our key defender and our key striker were out injured. We could have played better, definitely with Marin and Pedro, but okay, I mean, it's quite decent. I mean, even without 2 of our key foreigners, we didn't get trashed. Like,
to benefit, to give benefit, I mean, to give credit where credit is due. Tanjung Pagar in the second half played really well. I think Blake was bossing the Sailors midfield a bit. Tanjung Pagar's defense actually, unfortunately for the first goal, right, and then the missed penalty, right. Actually, the defense played really well. Tajali, Faisal Roslan, yes. Shakir Hamza.
For me was the best defender.
Joshua was very big on Naikudin, and he showed on the pitch for Tanjung Pagar. So I think maybe you can build on that from the back and then slowly find the rhythm for the foreigners to get the goals for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But for me, it's like what I noticed is in the first half, Mirko was playing in the defensive midfield role, and Blake was playing in the attacking in the number 10.
Yeah.
In the second half, they actually swapped. That's when the impact.
Straight away.
Impact, because Blake, like I said, he's a box to box, and he links the defense and the attack. for Mirko, I wouldn't say he's an attacking midfielder, but more of
Hold up.
he knows how to provide the pass when it's needed.
Yeah.
So
Fair, that's fair.
definitely playing as a number 10 will be very crucial for him. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no coach, I'm no manager, so I can't question Hazrin's or Alam Shah's tactics, but we'll see. Hopefully we're in
as
for
a
a
fan,
good season.
as a fan, that's what you observe, right? As a Tanjong Pagar fan, you've seen Blake play for you guys for the past 2 seasons, and you've seen the strengths that he has to offer. And like what you said, second half, the observation of you said they swapped and they came second half. Tanjong Pagar played way better. To the credit to Tanjong Pagar and also Sailors, to discredit Sailors a bit, I think they were pretty poor in the second half. I really do think that Tanjong Pagar deserved the draw after they scored the equalizer. I honestly think so. It's just that Kodai and unfortunately the counter attack, kamikaze style. Yeah, what to do? Yeah, sometimes it's just it happens on the football, right? It just sometimes it happens to a better team, unfortunately. Yeah. All right, so we've got another resident of the show, Zach. Sel, you want to say something first? I think Sel,
Hello.
is there anything you want to say?
No. I'm okay already.
All right, awesome. All right, Zach, you were in the media pass today. You were in the media room today. I didn't manage to say hi to you in Bishan Stadium. Welcome.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
it was a good down game, man. Oh.
Yeah. We need a bit of your expert tactical analysis. What do you think of the game? Overall, like Sel has so many good points that he was talking to me during the game, and he also addressed on stream, right? But Zach, what are your thoughts about today's game?
Personally, actually, it was quite interesting. Actually, both teams, actually, in my opinion, played genuinely quite well. Like especially from the from the behind, like the behind third and the middle third. Actually, both teams played quite well. Actually, to be very honest,
End-to-end stuff lah. It was end-to-end
Yeah.
stuff lah.
Yes. It's just the final third. Balestier actually had both Balestier and Alka actually had quite a few chances. In the final third, it's just couldn't convert. Like Balestier couldn't get a final pass. Alkang, I think the bigger issue is the lack of strikers. So there's no one making those runs, that kind of thing. And so there's a few times I still remember that Krachak beat the defender, or they send or in fact, first half I think Krachak was up against the under 23 player, right? Under 23 right back. So
Yeah.
there were quite a few times they send the ball over, and then actually Krachak or whoever, like Erwan Shah or whoever that got behind, actually managed to beat that right back. But it's just there's no runner and there's no runner in the box, that kind of thing to finish off the chance. Because it's not only like the striker making the run. If the striker makes the run, the defender might follow, then maybe opens up space for the cutback, that kind of thing. So Alkang just couldn't really have that. The final third just missing that little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely right. And this what you just said, Zach, that was exactly what Sel said to me during the game, in the 30th minute. It's like, hey, look out for Krajcek. He needs to expose the right back from the back. Not even 30th minute. I think the first 20 minutes already Sel was saying to
First
me,
10
right?
minutes, it was before the goal.
Yeah. Sel was really talking, and good analysis from both. It's great that both fans at least can both of y'all have a common ground to see that Krajcek actually was a big impactful player on the left, because they had to take advantage of the under 23 right back, right, from Balestier. Go ahead, Zach.
Actually, because I went out, actually I spoke to Fudawas after the game. So actually I was very curious. I was asking, why Alkang used the halfbacks very extensively throughout the inverted fullbacks, or you call halfbacks throughout the whole game. So actually he made a very good comment. So actually, because Balestier were kind of like 4-2-3-1, that kind of thing. So Balestier actually their three attacking midfielders actually marked the Alkang inverted fullbacks actually very, very tightly. So actually it opened up space out wide. So Firdaus said that was actually the plan for actually Alkang. So actually lower the Balestier midfield, make that extremely narrow, then switch it to the two flanks, which kind of worked. It wasn't consistently working, but it kind of worked. So
Fair. Yeah, understood. Zach, that's why you are there to go interview. You got a tactical mind. You can go and talk to the managers and you can argue with them. You can kind of give them. Now, anyways, okay. So thanks, Zach. Thanks, Sel. Thanks, Kimi, for the insights. And now let's move on to Aiman. Just as I say that, he went. He kind of he's lagging. Maybe he's fixing something. It would be good to hear some of Sailor's perspective as well, but maybe let Aiman settle his. There you go. I think he's coming back on. Let's see. I think there's another. Anyways, yeah. All right, Ayman. Welcome. Can you hear us?
Hi, man.
Yeah, I can hear you guys loud and clear.
All right. So
Are you
just
at
give
work?
us your thoughts. Yeah. Are you at work, mate?
Yeah, I'm actually doing delivery while talking to you guys.
Nice. Wow. Awesome. 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 All right. So, Ayman, what are your thoughts about the Sailors opening game and Bishan?
Okay, so to me, looking back at the game, it was a shaky start for the Sailors. Might sound controversial amongst the Sailors fans, but when you look at the way they played for like what 85 minutes, I felt that the tactical play that they're trying to make isn't working against Tanjung Pagar, considering Tanjung Pagar is really playing like compact play to the point where Kodai isn't able to get the opportunities that he wanted so badly. And the fact that we had to wait until the 85th minute that we've got the goals from our own striker. Speak.
Okay, I think he's kind of like internet is a bit shaky.
Yeah.
We'll get back to him later. Maybe I'll take out his stream until he comes. I can monitor. Anyways, big up to Ayman for coming on the stream when he's working. Is big passion, very passionate. But okay, and this is on the go, right? Kick off us. Anyway, okay. Josh has a question for you guys. Josh, take it away.
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, for your team's next game, what do you want to see? Like, what improvements or what changes do you think can be done for the team to improve and maybe get a better result? If I know Hougang won, but maybe like Tanjung Pagar or like to win more comfortably, like maybe
better
manage the game
performance,
better.
Yeah, manage the game better. Maybe a better performance. Maybe go with Sal, then with Kimi, and then with Zach. So Sal, take it away.
Yeah, I think for me, Hougang doesn't need changes. But I think we missed a lot of Hazwan runs. I think Hazwan was instrumental during the game against Albrechts because he made a lot of runs and, we got some chances there. But I heard that he got injured, I think, the last game. So hopefully it's not for very long. And of course, I think Vicky Krajcek should continue playing in the wings. But I still have some reservations on our midfield because we recently lost Shadan Sulaiman for almost an entire season because he broke his ankle. And I'm not sure whether I mean Zulfami, he can be brilliant at one time and and another game he can be quite the liability, but I have a full trust on him because he's quite hardworking and professional also. And him and Ajay Robson partnering, Ajay did a lot of fantastic game today. He has a fantastic game today. He made a lot of the Balestier defense sit on their asses. So but then as a young 18 or 19-year-old, I'm not sure whether his physical stance is ready yet, but yep, for hopefully we see a better him in games to come. But I think for me I'm not really worried about the defense, unlike today, because we conceded 2 goals from counter attacks. So yeah, so I don't think there's need a change, but I think the only change that I always say to the coaching staff, right? Why do you keep playing Hougang from the back? Why are you passing the balls from the back? So that one I want to see it stop. Kazuma has a fantastic passing rate. I think he's like he's like what Zulfami did last season. He can pass around the ball like nobody's business. But the problem is we are one thing is our wing backs. Today we can see them run, but against Albrechts, those were not seen much. So hopefully against Geylang, hopefully we can just use we have a better team than Geylang, no doubt. Yeah. So I hope with our better players, we can beat them like not like comfortably, like not today against Balestier. Yeah.
Okay, before I pass it to Kimi, Ayman, just to finish your point, then we are
Okay,
going to another question.
Apologies because my connection is a bit terrible here. So back to what I said. I
You're
think
saying about
the first,
Kodai, the 85th minute Kodai, Scott,
I feel that looking at the first game, it's very shaky, from the Sailors, considering that we are somewhat a new team with new players, and the fact that we started guys like Zafar Rohaizat, Lionel Tan, Chris Van Huysen, Kodai, Tanaka. So the gelling process, the gelling is still in process. And I think it's going to be an uphill battle moving into this upcoming Friday against Brunei DPMM.
All right, fair. All right, so Kimi, your thoughts? Sorry about so Josh's question is, what changes will you make to the team, or in your opinion, is there any tactics or what, anything to improve from a fan's perspective for Tanjong
I
Pagar?
mean, I don't know what's the seriousness of Pedro's and Marin's injury. Looks bad though, but let's hope they can return in time for the Tampines game. Whatever it is, I want to take it one match at a time. Just if any of the players are watching, just do what you do best. You can see the partnership in the defense. Touch and Faisal were amazing. You can see that they were pushing for attack, and that's what we need. We need the chances. We need to take take chances. We need to work as a family, work as a team to get the result we want. Whether win, lose or draw, if you win with not win. If you lose with your head
Pride.
high, with
Yeah.
pride. Yeah, lose with pride. You don't you play with your hearts out. Even if you play with your hearts out and you lose, it's fine. But if you lose and then if you if you bolt up and then you just give up midway in a match and then you lose, then of course the fans will be angry, and of course is this the kind of spirit that the club has? Then it becomes a bummer for everyone. So everyone has to put in their effort we come down, we want to watch good football, and we want the players to put their hearts out also, because it is football. I mean, you can't go there half-hearted play. I mean, same thing as you going to an office. You work in a normal office, a desk-bound job. If you go to work half-hearted, then don't expect to have a good increment, or don't expect to have a good day ahead or positive day at work. So you need to put your heart out. Just play what you do best. Entertain the fans.
All right, man. Very well put, right? Zach, your thoughts?
For Hougang, it's very correctly we are playing Geylang, right? Yeah. So personally, I think Geylang's counterattacks might be a little bit more deadly, so we have to be really careful there. Like Iqbal look really sharp in the Tampines game. So if we play halfbacks, inverted fullbacks, against them, it could be an issue. Cause Iqbal and Yushi Yamaya, right? They to play the wing positions against Tampines. So if they both run the flanks, there could be a lot of space down that side to exploit. Personally, so I can be really, really very careful on the break. And the second thing is, I know Cell doesn't like us playing from the back, but I feel it's okay this season given that the quality, and we're not playing on a shitty Hougang pitch anymore. So. Yeah, I mean that's our strength. We sign the centre backs to do this kind of thing. Then let them play. Let them play, and we have done an okay job so far. In fact, today I felt that the issue is that our centre backs are. I personally feel that I think especially Kazuma, right, the left-footed one, right, the one on the left. I believe he's not that fast. So if we have to keep on if we keep giving the ball away, that could be a big issue. So we'll find out in due course how fast the two centre backs are. Yeah, and maybe another thing is the issue is that there's a lot of space besides Zufami, and Zufami is not a very mobile player. So the issue is because I can't play 4-1-4-1, kind of 4-1-4-1. So the issue is sometimes AJ and Brian especially a bit slow to come back. So every time it's Zufami and the back four. That Zufami is not extremely fast also. So the issue is there's a lot of space beside Zufami to exploit. So against Geylang, Benzakot will exploit those spaces. So it's about shutting down those spaces. So it'll be very interesting to see how Fidelis prepares for Geylang as compared to Banks, because they are a slightly different
approach.
A slightly different style, because they have Geylang's quality is really the attackers, the really attackers. Yushi, Ibao, those Benzakot, those are the quality. So yeah, that's where I'll kind of be really, really very careful. Yes.
I think that in the next Geylang Hougang game, I don't know where I'm going to be sitting in the holes. I'll let you guys know, because I have to maybe Go sit again. I let you guys know. Anyways, Aiman, okay. I do apologize. I big respect to you, right, for coming on the stream when you are working, right? Maybe just keep it like a 1 minute. What do you think that Sailors can improve from the next game? Because I think I want to wrap the stream up because it's 1 hour. I want to keep it like a 1 hour show. Go ahead, Aiman.
Oh, it's fine. Because I'm only gonna be here for a while. All I can say is I think we need to really shape things up quickly because you can never know what is gonna expect. What can we expect from Brunei DPMM? Because they are one mystery team, if you ask me. One moment they're good, one moment they're shit. So, like I said, when I always share to you guys, this is an adventure waiting to be discovered. So, whatever it is, I hope Sailors can pull off something this Friday. And yeah, whatever it is, I'm here for the ride.
All right. I'm literally, that's so fitting. You are here for a ride. Yeah, you are on a ride right now. But hey, okay.
Literally.
Yeah, literally on the ride. Anyways,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for you guys coming on. I think, so this is what roughly what's going to happen, right? The weekly roundup show. Josh and I will start it off. We'll just go catch up here and there, talk about a few points. Then we'll get some of the friends and then fans to talk about their perspective of the games. What better way for your fans that are watching the game live to give their own perspective, because you guys have seen how the games have been played, right? With that, 1 hour show, that was the plan. Yeah, go ahead, Kimmy. Yep.
I just saw there's a new Straits Times just released a new article, and they just showed what the new Toa Payoh Sports Hub might look like.
Oh,
go check it out.
Yeah. Okay, for the stream and
Another library.
Not more the library. But yeah, okay. Anyways, yeah, we know.
Library?
Maybe a new library, yeah, maybe. Okay, but thanks so much, Kimmy. Yeah, no worries. That was a good interjection. I think that's good to go and look at what the new Toa Payoh Sports Hub will look like. Yeah. Okay. So with that was the aim for the show. Hopefully you guys like this kind of formatting. We will come back to you live again next Sunday, right after the game. We'll try and collate all the games so far that has been played, and then we will have this kind of open discussion again, right? So thank you very much, guys. I'm gonna play the outro. Thank you, Sel. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, Aiman. Thank you, Zach. Really do appreciate it.
See ya, man.
Right. So I'll see you guys. I'll play the outro. Take care, everyone. See you guys soon. And
Have a good week.
have a good week, everybody. Yep. Monday Blues tomorrow.
Bye.
Yeah. Take care, man. Thank you, everybody. Ciao.